Good afternoon, freedom fighter Mgtow. Sitting on my back porch, overcast day, a little under the weather, today. Just kind of taking my time and watching behaviors. And today, what comes to my mind right away is the domination factor of the feminist movement. The understanding of what these women bring and how heavy they bring it. I was doing some rideshare last night, this morning, and one of the things that pops out to me is that women can do and say whatever they want, but you have to allow that to happen. You can't be offended, you can't come back with your opinion, you can't tell them that they are out of line or you're subject to being sued, to being not liked, being talked shit about. And I think it's insanity. I was talking to a buddy today, and one of the things that we understand, we have zero motive on why we date or why we want a companion. I don't want to get married just because I don't want a contract. I don't want the pressure. I want her to be able to do her thing and me be able to do her thing. I wouldn't mind a companion. I wouldn't mind a life partner. But the whole marriage thing is out the window for me, as well as having children. The internet has seriously put these women on a pedestal. I was going through social media in Facebook, and one of the reasons why I only have Facebook is for business purposes. I was looking at a post. A girl woke up and had 126 friend requests from men. Well, first thing that caught to my eye is, okay, what are you doing to attract that? And secondly, there's a lot of thirsty men out there that are lonely, that don't mind hitting a button. They're behind a computer. Number one is women are so provocative. On their profile pictures it says, I want a simple man that's, a nice guy. I'm sure she already had 5 nice guys. It should say, who's going to be the best resource provider? That's usually what it comes down to. Another thing is on these profiles, not looking for a hookup, but 2 of your pictures are on bikinis. The other pictures, you and your legs and your cha-cha shown with your legs spread over the pool. And I just laugh. I can't. But you can't say anything. You can't do anything. And then they want to talk about equality. A while back, there was that Equifax breach, and I did some research kind of through Mgtow and some other stuff. Is the Equifax breach was a woman that was the head of security for the Equifax credit company. She was a liberal arts major. What were her qualifications for that job, coming up in a bank? The head of a security for Equifax. I think equality was played in that role maybe a little bit too. But then again, they'll suck the CEO off and the CFO off and the everybody behind the desk, the manager, the district guy, but when it comes down to cutting her off, she's not pulling her weight. She's got leverage. Then they want to talk about they don't get paid enough. You use the equality card to get in the door. You don't perform. You don't put up the numbers. Then again, you want to be compared to a man. Men are bigger, stronger people. We're lions. Like big freaking tigers, man. We go out and take it. You know, I understand that pretty much anything today is it's sex sells. That's the name of the game. The internet is destroying dating. Destroying dating. Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. I mean, there's literally probably 2 out of 10, I would say, women advertising a Snapchat ad on Tinder or Bumble or whatever dating app. Go to my Snapchat, and you send them 10, 15, 20 bucks, and they will send you videos of their body or who they are or what they can provide for you through the phone or the cameras and the videos. It's absolutely disgusting. But to the man, it's so attractive. You know, it's our quick fix. It's our let's get it in. A lot of married women as well are online. It's looking for the next monkey simp to take over and provide for them. And then they got kids. I don't want to take on somebody else's kids. Why is it my job? It's not. And it goes back to, we just want a simple life. Go hiking, go on vacation, maybe go camping, get a blowjob on the road trip in the car. And when we get home, I'll give you a good massage. But there's no motive from us men. But all these women want to talk about equality in the feminist movement. We're not treated right, but they all have a motive. So how are we supposed to please when they're never happy? It's Friday. I don't have a desire to go out. I might do some. I get a lot of satisfaction, just getting satisfied with human interaction. And Mgtow men, if you're not dating and you want to just see what's going on in the world and keep learning and maybe talk to a couple people and just keep learning. I mean, rideshare is a good way of making money and staying out of the bars. Having that outlet so you can, meet people, tell stories, laugh. It's a great deal of motivation too to stay single. You hear all the stories. You hear the women, they'll literally tell you they're in town. It's a good one of them told me one time, I know how to put my husband in check so I can leave town with the girls. What? Who's your husband? Does he know you talk like that? And if he did, what happened to us men? We're the king. I know a lot of married men and a lot of people that are happily married because they are the king. I don't have much respect for a woman that disrespects a provider. Where are we going, too, man? If you don't go Mgtow, if you don't have some time in your life where you just hey, hold yourself accountable and hold these women accountable. My buddy told me, I'm in my mid-30s. 50's gonna come quick. It's gonna come quicker than I'm gonna be 21 again. Our responsibilities add up, and our misfortunes and the money that we spend just goes down the drain. If I had 5% of my dating money back, I could pay this nice bill off that I owe the government. I think it's ludicrous. I think us men need to stand up, get out there, and fight. And remember, man, we all ran into that lady. If you stand up for yourself and you want to fight back a little bit and say, hey, that's not okay, and maybe you get a little upset, or you say it a little abruptly, or you stand your ground, or they start teasing you and going off with the girlfriends a lot because you're working or whatever, and you don't have much time because you're trying to make up for all those dates. You don't have anger issues. If she says, oh, you're mad or you have issues, no, you don't. This is your boundary. Don't listen to that horse shit. I mean, I'm talking horse shit. We are men. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Excuse my French, but when it comes to us saying no, or we're going to be replaced, we have that fear. Fear stands for false evidence appearing real. Don't allow that horse shit, that feminist bullshit, come in the way of your thoughts, feelings, and actions and predict your future outcome. It's absolutely bullshit. I'm happy where I'm at. I'm happy where I'm going. I'm in a little stalemate right now, so I'm trying to hold my ground and make videos just to sharpen my saw, I call it. But I'm doing what I want, when I want, how I want, with whoever I want, at any time. And I have that boundary. Mgtow's provided that for me. Don't let this feminist movement take over. Well, here's some giggling. So, men, stand up for yourself. Don't let these women tell you who you are. If you're having a feeling and it comes out in the little ways that, you get upset, you say, hey, I've heard that before. Well, you got upset at me and you raised your voice. Well, good. You need it. You can't control your finances. They can't control their ways, their emotions, but then they want to tell you that you're emotional? Come on. That's some horse shit. Don't let that woman rule anything. Nothing. Equality is almost to what about us men? To all you married men out there, do what you want. My grandfather, I have to say, had a way of his marriage. My grandmother was the home provider. She bitched and moaned, but he still did what he wanted to do. Because he loved her, but he did what he wanted to do. She kind of died angry. Smart woman. But that's all I look back at. He was the king. She was the queen. Grandpa would come home from going out to the bars sometimes with the guys because he was the funny guy. And all the guys loved him around. But he'd say, where's my dinner? And Grandma would be, it's where it was at 5 o'clock. And it would be 6:30, and he'd come in the house after work. He'd go on walks. He avoided, man, get that outside thing, just keep going, I don't want any more horseshit crap in my life. I have to be careful on the ride share and just listen. Can't really come back. I can poke a little bit. Say I love Trump. But if I had it over to do it again, a lot of different choices.
It's getting bigger this way, but
45, 46.
I'm interested in what men have to say about the equality, and everything is turning to the woman. Fortified, like toxic masculinity with the Gillette commercial. That's some horse shit, dude. Everything's buy. Let's buy. Let's spend. What happened to just like my grandparents? They saved. If Grandpa wanted to end a tennis tournament, he did. That was their vacations. What happened to just camping in the woods or going on a hike, making a lunch, sharing stories, laughing? involving other people around you. Men, stand up. It's time for our toxic masculinity to shine. I give two shits anymore about women and what they think. When it comes down to it, they need us anyway, so why, I'll take it into consideration. But what the fuck does it matter what you think when I'm paying the APS bill, the power bill, the water bill, the rent, the food, and you're bitching about going out on the weekend? I had a lady for staying for a while, the one I mentioned before, went out to Denver and saw. Well, I was coming up to a really busy temporary business season for myself in the holidays, and she comes home and she's like, "Man, I haven't been inside in 2 Fridays in a long time." And I said, "Oh, well, if you want to go out, go out. But I'm my eyes on the tiger. My big busy season's coming up." It's amazing. We're talking 2 Fridays in the house, watching Netflix, making dinner by me, which she couldn't cook. Oh man, talk about cook. I learned to cook quick when I was a kid. Half these women can't even make macaroni and cheese without looking at the box. I did that at 5. You know, she's bitching and moaning that it's getting boring. Wow. That is interesting. It's like this new saying FOMO or something, where these when I do the ride shares, their fear of missing out. Okay, when you're 50 and broke, what are you gonna do? Men, I don't want to see you do that. I'm sick of losing brothers. I want more people to golf with. Feed me, you know. Gentlemen, stand up. It's my rant, my Fear Friday, I call it. I'm out. This is Freedom Fighter Mgtow. Stay up, gentlemen. Fight back. Show your toxic masculinity.